What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're gonna be doing the should you summon for the ZeroCollab. So let's get into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 10k subscribers, and at the time of recording this video, I'm at 8.62k subscribers on the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications if you want to stay up to date with anything 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross related. And with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. Alright guys, so this is going to be the should you summon for the ZeroCollab. As you guys know, we got the ZeroCollab news last night from the Global Grand Cross YouTube channel right here. I don't really know if you guys can see it just because I have my OBS zoomed in a little bit. But yeah, this is from the official Grand Cross YouTube channel. So they dropped this last night, and yeah, I wanted to make a should you summon to let you guys know if you should be summoning on this banner, because I know a lot of people have been wondering if they should be saving for this, or if they should be saving for Zeldris, or you know, the upcoming festivals like Esterosa or Arthur that are possibly coming to the game as well. So let's get into the video. Alright, so let's go over each unit's skills. I have all the units pulled up. And then we're going to go over their banners, and we're going to compare it with Zeldris, and then we're also going to go over some extra things added on the banner. So let's go over Rem first. Rem is going to be the main DPS unit of the collaboration. She's going to be the one you like to bring if you're trying to showcase some DPS, whatever the case. But Rem is going to be here for her passive. When the hero uses skills or move skills to rank up a skill and gain ultimate move gauge orbs, increase attack related stats by 5% for 3 turns up to 5 times. If there are 5 or more ultimate move gauge orbs, recover 30% of max HP. Very powerful passive, man. Basically, she gets attack related stats every time she gets a ultimate move gauge orb. So if you get to 5 ultimate move gauge orbs, you can get 5 attack related stats buffs of 5%. So times 5, you get 15% attack related stats. On top of the fact that she has an Amplify card, which damage dealt by 30% per active buff on self with Amplify single target. So she's going to be doing 450% times, you know, like a pretty good amount right there, times what, 150% because the Amplify. So very, very powerful. And then for her second skill here, she's going to inflict damage equal to 130% of attack on all enemies, decrease ultimate move damage by 20% for 1 turn, and then on rank 2 it restricts ultimate move effects for 1 turn as well, and then 30% with 195% of attack, and then 325% of attack, decreases ultimate move damage by 50% and restricts the ultimate move effects for 2 turns. So very, very powerful right there. And then for her ultimate, she's going to inflict shatter damage equal to 420% of attack on all enemies. This can scale to 630% of attack at 6 out of 6. So that's going to be Rem right there, the main DPS unit of the ZeroCollab. The next unit we're going to be going over is going to be Ram. Ram is the free unit that comes with the ZeroCollab, as they show here on the video. Guaranteed to receive Ram just for playing. So Ram is going to be the free unit of the collaboration. And the reason Ram is so good even as a free-to-play unit is because of her passive right here. For her passive, she's going to increase unknown allies' basic stats by 20%. So basically how Ram works is you can run her as a backline unit support for any unknown race team you have. So if you're running Festival Merlin, you're going to want to bring Ram in the backline. If you're running Emilia, Rem, you're going to want to bring Ram in the backline. Obviously, any team really that has an unknown race character that does a lot of work basically for the team, you want to bring Ram to kind of support. She's really good support because of that. So I really like the passive right there. She kind of gives unknown race her own like little viability right there. But for her first skill, she's going to cancel stances on one enemy and inflict damage equal to 250% of attack, then stuns for 2 turns. Same card as Goddess Elizabeth. Also same card as Camilla. You guys know this stun card, man. It's pretty like simple. Canceling the stance, stunning for 1 turn, 2 turns depending on the rank, and then just 200% of attack on rank 1. Really good skill right there. And then for her second skill, she's gonna do rupture damage AoE, so inflict rupture damage, which is times 2 damage against buffed enemies, equal to 100% of attack, scaling up to 250% of attack on a rank 3, which is very good. The thing is with Ram is that her kit is actually very good because she has the stun and she has the rupture, able to counter a Lich Shield with the rupture, also able to stun to kind of stop the enemy from really doing much. Very good kit. And then for ultimate, she's gonna inflict damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies and decrease attack related stats by 30% for 3 turns. So this is the same ultimate as Death Pierce. If you guys know Death Pierce's ultimate, it actually lowers the attack related stats of the enemy. And then this can also scale up to 450% of attack at 6 out of 6 if you do decide to actually 6/6 Ram there. So that's going to be Ram, a really good free-to-play unit. Definitely make sure to get her during the collaboration, because she's also going to be like a really long-term unit because of her passive right here, just buffing unknown race allies. So really good. The next unit we're going to be going over is going to be Emilia here. Emilia is going to be the best unit of the collaboration in my opinion. And the reason for that is because she's on every meta team, like top meta team on JP. If you have Emilia completely maxed out, cosmetics, ultimate, like if you get her 6 out of 6 and you have all the cosmetics, and you have her UR gear, she's going to be crazy for the team, man, on an unknown race team. She is definitely one of the best units in the game, if completely built out. Obviously, not everyone's going to be able to 6-6 Emilia and get all their cosmetics, so it's not going to be like, you know, the best unit to invest in, I'd say, just because it's a lot you have to do, but she is very good. So for her passive here, when the hero receives an attack from the same enemy 2 or more times during the enemy's turn, cleanse all debuffs from the allies and freezes the enemy for 2 turns. That is actually a broken passive. Like, think about it. Every time they do 2 or more attacks, cleanse all debuffs, so it counters Assault Mode team and it counters Festival King. Also freezes the enemy for 2 turns, so it kind of cucks them if they get buffs. This especially cucks Assault Mode Meliodas, realistically, because that's the main team you're going to be fighting if you're using Emilia to like face, right? So very good right there. And then for her first skill, she's going to have the same freeze card as Jericho, the red Jericho, but the difference is that rank 1, instead of doing a damage percentage, it just automatically just freezes for 1 turn. Really good freaking card right there, man. It's actually broken. Like, if you have a rank 1 freeze and then it freezes on rank 2, also does a little bit of damage there, and then freezes on rank 3 as well, also doing a little bit more damage as well, and then inflicts damage equal to the remaining HP depending on the rank right there. Really good card. And then for her second skill here, she's going to inflict damage equal to 120% of attack on all enemies, depletes 1 ultimate move gauge orb at the end of the enemy's turn for 1 turn, and scaling all the way up to 180% of attack, depleting 2 gauge, and then 2 turns right there. So basically same card as Green Gother, the Dissolve card. Really good card. As you guys know, probably one of the best cards in the entire game, just because having Dissolve, you're able to take the enemy's gauge and you can basically apply it whenever you want, which is really good. So honestly, Emilia's kit is very powerful, man. Like, as you guys can see from all the skills here. And then her ultimate as well is just a Lost Vein Meliodas ultimate. Secret technique damage, 20% additional damage per hero skill in hand, 300% of attack AoE, dealing damage with attribute advantage regardless of the attribute. Scaling up to 450% of attack at 6 out of 6, and then the multiplier itself scaling up to 60% at 6 out of 6 as well. So that's going to be Emilia for you. So that's going to be Emilia right there. Really good unit. Probably the best collab unit we've ever gotten to this date. I'd say she's probably better than all of the Stranger Things characters, all of the KOF characters. She is definitely the best one we've ever gotten. So Emilia, I definitely recommend, if you are going to be pulling on the banner, trying to get her. So the final unit of the collaboration is going to be Beatrice. Beatrice is probably the most lackluster unit of the collaboration, and the reason for that is just because of her kit right here. I'll go over it real quick. But for her passive here, she increases the hero's HP related stats by 5% for each unknown race ally in the battle. Recover HP of unknown allies by 60% of the amount the hero covers when using skills. So that's basically how it works, is she's going to kind of be the healer of the team. But it doesn't really work too much in practice, just because Beatrice just isn't really that strong, right? For her first skill here, she's going to have Lifesteal, 400% of attack on 1 enemy, and then Lifesteal is 100%. It can scale up, so rank 1 is 40%, 60%, and then 100% on the Lifesteal right there, so healing a portion of the damage dealt. For her second skill here, she's going to have Despair. Despair recovers percentage of diminished HP upon successful critical strike, so depending on how on the rank of the skill here, it can actually go up to 30% on Despair, and then 325% of attack on AoE, by the way, which is really powerful. Like that's just a high ass that's just a high multiplier off rip. And then also having the Despair right here, if you do crit, you do heal for a lot as well. So that's very good right there. And then for ultimate, she's going to inflict damage equal to 350% of attack on all enemies, and lifesteal is 30% of the damage dealt. This can scale up to 525% of attack at 6 out of 6. Alright, so that's going to be all of these ReZero collaboration units right there. We've went over all 4 of them. Now let's go over the banner. So if you guys don't know what the banner is going to look like, this is the banner that JP got when they initially got the ReZero collaboration. So they had Emilia, Ram, Beatrice. For the unfeatured list right here, they had Green Escanor, Red Hauser, Green Jericho, Blue Merlin, Blue Gother. This is one of the Fat Kings. I think it's Blue Fat King if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Blue or Green Fat King. Red Skinny King, Blue Brawler Bon, Green Elizabeth, and then Green Counter Meliodas. So as you can see, the banner itself is not too crazy. The unfeatured pool is way more than it is the featured pool, because in total the banner is 3% rates, right? So only 1% of the 3% rate is going to be the featured units. 2% is unfeatured. Very, like, unfortunate. Just because, like, the KOF collaboration was really good in terms of rates, because they had half the banner was featured and the other half was unfeatured. With this, it's like 1/3 of the banner is featured and the 2/3 of the banner is unfeatured, which is not very good. But the units themselves are really good other than Beatrice. So if you do pull any of those three, like Emilia, Ram, then it's a big W. But the only thing is the banner is not really that good in my opinion. But it's kind of hard to expect a good banner because it is a collaboration banner. So they usually make it a little bit less, you know, desirable, just because they want you to, like, you know, put more diamonds in the banner, try and get the units. Alright, so now that we've went over the banner, let's actually go over the Zeldris banner as a comparison, because this is going to be the banner that's kind of competing for your diamonds here. A lot of people have been wanting to summon on Zeldris on global just because they main assault mode, or they like the assault mode Meliodas team, or also maybe they just want to pick up Chandler. But regardless, if you want to summon on the Festival Zeldris banner instead of the ReZero banner, I don't know if I would recommend that. And the reason for that is because the Zeldris banner itself isn't really good in terms of rates as well. Because the total featured list is only going to be 0.75% out of 4%. So you have a less chance of pulling one of the featured units on the Zeldris banner than you do on the ReZero collaboration. So that is something to take into account. But the thing is with the Festival Zeldris banner is that the overall rates for pulling in SSR is actually 4% instead of 3%. So that's going to be something you want to think about when actually summoning, because this banner just has rate up 4%, while this banner only has 3% total. So that is something to, you know, take into account. And then another thing about the banner as well that I wanted to go over is that in the dev notes they actually mentioned, when they were going over both the Stranger Things and then hinting at ReZero, they said we have various awards and social media events planned, so please look forward to those. For the second collaboration update, we've planned a very special event that gives back 100 diamonds for every 600 loyalty points earned. We will share more details in the upcoming update notes. So basically what Netmarble is saying there is every time you do a rotation on the ReZero collaboration banner, one rotation is going to be 600 loyalty points, which is 20 multis, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's 20 multis for 600 loyalty points. You get a guaranteed ReZero character at the end of 600. You get to pick either of the 4. And then you also get 100 diamonds back for doing the full rotation. So that is actually going to be a really good incentive to actually summon on the banner. Because regardless, if you summon on the banner and you have 600 diamonds, you're going to come under the banner with 100 diamonds left over. Which is actually super nice, man. You're saving basically 3 multis on yourself on the banner. So you're technically getting 3 free multis on the banner if you actually think about it. So that's very good, man. And because of that, I would say it's not a bad banner to summon on. If you skipped Stranger Things, because you saw the units and you didn't think they were all that good, ReZero definitely has the better characters in my opinion. Rem is a really good DPS. Emilia is one of the best unknown race characters in the game. Ram is backline support for the unknown race team. Beatrice is a little lackluster, but the rest of the team here is very good. So overall, if you are a free-to-play, I don't know if I would recommend you summoning. This is honestly your call. If you like the characters a lot and you've seen the anime and you just enjoy the characters themselves, you have to summon. Like, this is not a question, you know what I mean? But if this is like, you know, if you just care about unit viability and how powerful they can be, you have to max out Emilia for her to be viable in PvP if you're actually going to run her. If you do not max her out, she's not really going to be the best unit in the game, obviously, you know what I mean? She isn't going to be super crazy, so I wouldn't recommend summoning on this banner as a free-to-play unless you were going in super deep to 6-6 Emilia or get her really built up, right? So that's just my opinion on it. If you're free to play, your call, but I would recommend, just because like the banner is giving you 100 diamonds back, you might as well do one rotation and get 100 diamonds back. Odds, because it's only 500 diamonds, right? It's a lot of diamonds if you really think about it, but you're guaranteed one of the new units of ReZero, and you could pick Emilia at the end if you really feel it, or you can get Rem or Beatrice if you want to get those as well. But yeah, the pity is a little cheaper than like a festival banner per se, and it is 1/3 of the banner for raid up. So that's basically gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.